What's up, everybody? I'm K. Marie.
I'm Lou.
I'm Mary.
And we are
Murked in the Midwest. That's where our music plays.
I feel like
Wait, hold on. Let me get the brand.
Yes! Recap. Last week we talked about the I-65 murders with Mr. Henry
Yes, Henry Edward
Greenwell.
This old funky ass.
My only opinion about that is that the justice system failed, which is
completely.
In that
reoccurring
case,
thing.
in that case for sure. And I think, honestly, in this I-65 murder, they are. Please, you know what? They are our co-stars. You just have to accept that they come with the podcast.
I am putting baby socks on them next episode.
But they're still part of it, and you have to appreciate them. It's like the rule in my house that if you come to my house and you don't like dogs, guess what? They live there and you don't.
Ooh.
That's how I feel about
And
it. So, sorry.
And
So, they're part of it. They're here. We love them. They're so cute. We have the cutest co-stars.
But yeah, with Mr. Greenwell, that was my biggest take from that, was that the justice system really failed.
And big time.
With him constantly being arrested, escaping prison, being arrested, escaping prison, being arrested, being let out, being arrested, being paroled, and
Mary, it wasn't like it was petty crimes. These were like for real offenses.
yeah.
And that's the part where it really is a fail, because it's not like he stole from a Salvation Army jug, or he
instead of leaving a penny, he just took a penny.
Right, or
don't mind if I do.
Right, it wasn't like public. It wasn't crimes that were hurting himself. These were crimes that were brutalizing other people. They knew it, and then when he was supposed to be being held accountable, he's breaking out.
And y'all just continued to let this go on. So that was my biggest take from it.
And it was in multiple states. It wasn't just one state that let this happen. It happened in Kentucky for years.
Indiana.
And then he left Kentucky. He went to Iowa, and it happened for years. And Indiana, like, I feel like they were in the middle because he never committed crimes that he was convicted for in Indiana. However, he did commit most of his serious crimes in Indiana, and nothing
was. If Kentucky or Iowa would have just did their part. Now let me stop.
They did their part in the cases of the victims.
No, I'm talking about as far as like before it even got to that.
Yeah, before it got to that point, something else should have been done besides letting this man in and out of jail, run out of jail himself. Then he come back and then we like, oh well, shit, just let him go. Like, that's too much. If it isn't that the judges were going light on him and they were just going within the letter of the law, then the laws failed the people.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Considerably.
Recap.
Imagine if you were your mom's pride and joy, and I'm pretty sure you all are.
I'm her favorite.
I'm her favorite. I'm the baby of the family.
I'm the favorite.
I am the no limit soldier.
I'm gonna just tell you, sometimes I know she can't stand my ass, but it's alright. She loved me anyway, and
Shout
that's because I ain't just like her.
Rest
That's
in
what it
peace
is.
to the homegirl. Mama. But you're your mom's pride and joy. She would do any and everything for you. Everything, because you're the only child. And at what cost does it takes to make your child happy? Like,
oh baby, don't get me started on these ingrates,
man.
Like,
because I appreciate when I tell
as
you appreciation
of an only child. Y'all know Christmas just passed, and Levi got all of the Paw Patrols and an extra set of the Paw Patrols.
that is her mini her.
And even a third set of the Paw Patrols.
It's so freaking cute.
He got so many Paw Patrols. And the other day he was watching TV or something, and an ad came up, and I was in complete shock, because he turns to me, he goes, I want a Catboy and Alec and Gecko. I said, are we at the age where you are seeing commercials and asking me for gifts?
We were just as bad.
I'm like, he's 2. Are we at that age? Is
Yes.
that when we started doing it?
It's about to get to that Y
that
part, too.
persuasion. And I feel like it was, so for us, I feel like it was a little bit different because it wasn't constant. Like, yeah, if you watched Nickelodeon or if you were up Saturday morning and you were watching cartoons, they geared the ads to that.
Mm-hmm.
But when they are on their tablets, it is constant.
Well,
They
yeah,
don't get a break from
so he
advertising,
tells
which is
me-
not fair to the kids.
He tells me the other day, he's like, I want Catboy, and then I'm like, you got Chase and Rubble and Sky and Chase
I
on
don't
the
even
case,
know
all
the
that.
damn Paw Patrol
Right, I'm in
characters.
all them, and he like, yeah. Then Paw Patrol. I want PJ Masks. Y'all know I got on Amazon and ordered him some PJ Masks.
Absolutely, as you should.
Just spent however much on Christmas.
That ain't even.
Not
He's
even-
not talking about what you did for me yesterday. It's about what you gonna do today, girl.
Right.
Today.
That's how it can feel when you are a mother of an only child, is that you are doing, even when you have multiple children, especially if you are, let's go ahead and clear up the term mother. I'm not saying you birthed a child. I'm saying when you're an actual mother, you take pride in what you do for your kids, and you do put your all into it to make sure that they have everything that they need. And then even when you know you really can't afford it, you gonna try and make sure that they got some of the things they want.
Mamas be making a way out of no
Yeah.
way. Dads too, but mamas, it just seems like
Absolutely.
they just
You know what?
they gonna make it work.
Like, and honestly, for real, like to dads, because you see it more. Like, I didn't really see it a lot when I was a kid because it seems like moms were pretty solid. And just the fact of the matter is, this world has continued on. I have seen a lot of moms that aren't necessarily solid, and you have the dads that are
They're
stepping into
solid.
that role. And even in my time, like my dad,
So
that man made sure.
And you're 100% correct. Let me go
Mhm.
ahead and correct myself. That's my rewind.
Mhm.
As a parent,
Yep, as a parent.
mother or father, you want to do what's best for your kids, and you don't want your kids to have to want for nothing.
Yep.
And if you can,
You
you're
gonna
gonna
do
do it. If you got a little extra, most of the time it's going to them. We've seen it where, I ring up the stuff for my kid and it comes to $470, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, that's fine, they need it.
Mhm.
And then I go to get myself something,
And you
and
feel
it come
bad.
to $15, and I'm like, that can hold, I can wait.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so that's a common thing when you're a mother or when
A
you're
parent.
a father,
Especially
when
if
you're a
you
parent.
if you're
And
that
you
parent
love
that
your
came
kids.
from nothing, like you know those parents who grew up in a struggle and they're like, I refuse to let my child grow up to experience the things
Those
that
are
I
breaking
experienced.
generational
Generational curses. Like I hear it a lot of the times from different friends, like their parents will say I came from nothing and we only had this to live off of, and we had to work so young and for my parents to provide, but they made sure even though we didn't have much, we never went without.
Yep.
And that's the beauty within it, and that's why parents never feel like you're not doing a good job. Like if you are
now if
making ends meet
Okay.
and you doing what you need to do and you trying to take care of your kid the best way you can, don't feel bad for
As
that.
I say,
Don't feel
we're
bad.
talking about parents. We're not talking
About
about the
the
sperm
action.
donors
No.
and the egg donors.
Mhm.
We're talking about
About
actual
parents.
parents. And before we get into the case, and we are going to get into the case, I just want to end it with, if you haven't been told or you feel like you need to hear it, you are appreciated.
You're doing a
You
great
are
job.
loved. You are doing an amazing job. And even if you can't do everything that you want to do for them, as long as you are putting your best foot forward,
That's all it is.
we are in a generation where these kids are very they perceive things well, and so they see that effort, and so we want you to know, keep it up.
Yep.
Keep going.
Thanks
keep
for being good
pushing.
parents.
You got
Yep.
this.
All right. So today's case takes place in Chicago.
Chi-town.
Yeah, exactly. So many of our million cases that we have. So
Bird signals.
involves Kamaine Wilson and his mom, Yolanda Wilson. So Kamaine was born December 3rd, 1989. Yolanda was born February 2nd, 1967.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the owner of a salon called Nappy Heads.
Helping us out with our locks
Period.
and all them things. Thank
Natural
you so
hair. Beautiful woman. I've read this story multiple times and it was just kind of like full circle now that I'm speaking on it. But I remember when videos like surfaced on like Facebook and like it was a kid, like cute, he was around our age, but you know, a rapper like throwing money out, you know, what they normally do.
Yeah.
Because that's the behavior.
And that's the behavior. And so I was like, well, who is this guy? Like I never heard of his songs or anything. He just throwing money, pops up at a bank, goes to get some money, throw it out. And so somebody made a comment and it was like, that's blood money. And I'm like, okay. So more into it. So Kamaine was Yolanda's only child. Mm-hmm. And she gave him the world. She put him in private school. He got everything he ever wanted. He got a Mustang. Like she paid for that. She did everything for that kid.
Yeah.
And
she loved her child.
She loved him so much. And it's just like she helped him do every single thing. Any dream that he wanted to carry out, she was down for it. Mm. She had undying love and affection for him. That was the apple of her eye. And like in return, he wanted to show his appreciation to his mom. He like, I'm getting my mom a name tag. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, you young. You thinking like, this is how I'm repaying you by, you know, permanently etching your name.
I can't say anything about it because I've done it, guys.
Yeah, well,
my mama told me not to.
No, I did it.
Yeah.
He's right there. He's with me every day.
I'm getting my mama on my rib cage, you know.
My mama was like, you know my name.
I want everybody else to know.
And that's how my mom was.
Permanent walking billboard right here.
And she was, you know, she was like a working mom. That was her business. She did her thing. He was even in a salon with her. Okay. Like he was a shop baby. He grew up with her. And, you know, everybody knew him well.
You know what, too, about that? Just this is a squirrel moment. Squirrel. But honestly, that is her like letting him see the insides of business too. Like those are invaluable lessons, and a lot of times people don't actually see that for the value of what it is. Like my dad was an electrician, and he literally, our fun time was we would take circuits and build circuits. And as a kid, I'm like, this is kind of weird, but we're doing it. It's fun. I have fun with my dad doing it. But then you think about it as an adult, he taught me invaluable skills. Yeah. Like I can change out outlets. I can change out lights and I have no fear of it. And it's not like I have family members that are electricians and I would prefer to pay them to do it. But like if I have to, I can do it. And she was teaching him an invaluable lesson on how to be a business person, on how to be in there and to handle business, deal with customers, how to handle your money and all that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
Definitely. And it's just like seeing that, you would think like he got this idea and she never like turned it down. Like he's like, oh, I want to be a rapper. Okay. And she like,
you got this.
Okay, you got this.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Like that was another thing that stuck out to me because it's like, you know, some parents be like, no, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. She was like, okay, baby, I'm with whatever you with.
Let me hear you rap.
Exactly. And so it took a turn for the worst. Like we're gonna get into the case details, but it just, your mom gives you the world. She does everything for you. She would give you the shirt off her back. She would do everything. And at this moment, you just like, okay, I'm gonna set my mama up.
Crazy.
Wait, huh?
Crazy. I'm gonna set my mama up.
Now, how do we go from where we were, where she's supporting you, she is believing you and feeding you?
That's not the appropriate response? That's not the, what? I'm gonna set my mama up? That's not the,
because I know my mama got it like that. My mom's a successful businesswoman. My mom, she has this. I know she got money in the bank. I know she doing this. You know, my mama got this Mustang for me. You know, she did this. And
so now I'm gonna ask my mama for whatever.
And now I'm gonna be
knowing that she gonna give it to
She's
me.
gonna give it to
I'm
me.
gonna be even more ungrateful, you know? And it just sucks because you carried out this plot to have your mama set up. So
who was this man plotting with to do this nonsense?
Wait till we get there.
So it was two accomplices. But the one who actually carried out the murder was actually Eugene Spencer. So in the early hours of September 2nd, 2012, Yolanda, she fell victim to a home invasion, and she stayed on West Montrose Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So she was asleep in a bed with her boyfriend. They were on again, off again, and she ended up, her boyfriend name was Curtis Wyatt, and when the whole investigation came around, they thought he had something to do with it, and
of course,
this is how it all unfolds. They always think it's the boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So they go to bed at night on September 12th, and she's sleeping, and next thing you know, there's a break-in in a house. And so they walk in, they walk up on her, and mind you now, pinpoint this, y'all gotta stop using cell phones. Just when y'all do, I'm not urging you to commit crimes, but cell phones are the most trackable things that you can use.
No, I got a different piece of advice. Don't listen to her. If you're gonna commit a crime, use your cell phone. Use it. Bring it with you.
Go for it.
Bring your wallet. Put your ID. Tape it to your shirt.
Make sure you walk right in front of the Ring camera too.
Yeah, don't wear gloves.
Scratch your head so a couple of hairs fall out.
Yeah.
So
and do a lot of talking while you're there.
So
talk real loud.
Yeah, talk about the things you're doing.
Real loud. Mm-hmm. So he carried out this plot. This plot was insane. So he wanted to get a jump start on his career. Like, it take money to make money, right?
But his mama was giving him money. I'm going to just keep being this pain in the ass. And really not a pain in the ass. I'm going to just keep stating the facts that this dumbass didn't listen to. Your mother already is doing these things for you, sir.
The truth don't need
motivation. Shout out to Cat Williams.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to you.
I'm going to just tell you, as my fellow Virgo, I totally understand what Cat did, and I appreciate it. I'm telling you, it spoke to my soul. I was tickled pink when I listened to it. As I sat and drank wine and listened to him spill the wine of the century, I was just very enthralled and very, attaboy. Good job. Kudos.
So, as she was asleep, so he wants to jumpstart this, and he had Eugene Spencer involved, and he carried out this plot because he knew his mama was sitting on funds in a bank. So
did Eugene, he knew where he lived? Mm-hmm. He knew where they lived? Mm-hmm. And did he know how to access their home?
Yeah. Quamaine had it all set up on how he was going to do it.
Like how we talked about with Perry. He was the mastermind of it.
So he told this man how to get into his home.
It's a building code for that apartment. The guy had, and this camera images, and I'm going to share the link with y'all, but he told him the building code, what apartment it was, and how to get into the building. Mm-hmm. So the crazy thing is 2 cell phones on Yolanda's line. Yolanda had her phone, and it was another line. So the other line belonged to Quamaine, but the phone line, it was something wrong with that phone at the time. So he started using her phone. Okay. So the text messages got to going back and forth and everything.
On her phone.
And so it was just like when they carried out the murder.
Hold on, how sick? Wait a minute.
Make sure that bitch is dead.
Wait a minute. How sick is it that you plan a murder on your mama's phone? Not even a phone that she paid for you. Mm-hmm. But you got the nerve and audacity to plan out the murder on your mama's phone?
Planned it out to every detail. Because even with giving the guy the code to get in and how to get in, he told him, he said, also take some laundry detergent. Mm-hmm.
Like you're going in to wash clothes.
Because he knew it was a camera there.
Mm-hmm. That's a camera that's sit right outside the door.
Take some laundry detergent and like a piece of clothing or something, like you heading to the laundromat.
And get this. Now, mama sitting on some funds, right? Guess how much he offered for him to pay him?
I don't know what.
$3,500. $3,500.
$3,500 to murder someone?
$3,500 in this economy.
Not just someone, your mama.
$3,500. $3,500 is not a lot of money.
I'll give you.
Well, we're talking about funds. Like, was she like almost a millionaire at this point?
No, mama, she owned her salon.
So she had some dollars.
She had like 30 grand in the bank.
Okay.
And you know, she had life insurance policies. Smart woman. She had like $90,000 in savings. So you know, she got her liquid cash, she got her savings, she got her life insurance. He wanted all of it. And the thing was, it was all of his anyway because she would have gave it to him.
He wanted it right then, right now,
I
with no strings attached.
do not like him. He is really, you know what?
And it was just insane because as she was sleeping, she actually was stabbed multiple times and then was shot. She was shot in the head.
Because as Kay said, he was on the phone and he said, make sure that
bitch is dead. Like, first of all, how could you even bring yourself to have that come out of your mouth about your own mama? Make sure that bitch is dead. In my life, I've never called my mama a bitch. I don't care how, seemingly scared of my mama I wasn't gonna call her out of her name, alive or dead. And
that is a level of disrespect.
Like, you just spit in your mom's face. And so once the boyfriend, he was awoken by the commotion that was going on, he was fighting him.
Wait, so was Yolanda and the boyfriend, were they in the same bed?
They were in the same bed asleep.
Okay.
They were in the same bed asleep. Eugene came and attacked Yolanda
first.
And once Curtis heard all the commotion, he got up and started fighting him.
Okay.
And then he started getting stabbed too. So they're going through the house, blood for blood, tearing shit up. It's blood everywhere. So it was so confusing because when the investigators came in, they were trying to see who blood was what because it was blood everywhere. And so since Yolanda never got out the room, her blood was only in the bedroom.
Okay.
Eugene's blood was everywhere else.
Curtis' blood. Right?
Curtis, yes.
But Eugene he did have DNA that was left
there. They had DNA. They both had
because Curtis
DNA.
was fighting him.
But Curtis's blood being out in the outside area was what made them go ahead and say he wasn't the one that killed Yolanda.
Because he fighting for his death.
Because it was clear that
hold on, we in Chicago. I'm fighting for my life.
Yes. And so the thing is Curtis, he was because they were on again, off again, and people talk, but they literally, they questioned him. They questioned him, and I get why they questioned him, but they always try to pin it on a significant other or the ex or the whoever.
But you know what? It really do be the people that are closest to you. It's like
obviously in this case,
but in this situation,
it's like
the wrong one.
The likelihood, I think, is like 60% that you are likely to be killed by someone close to you, immediate by you, which is kind of scary.
So if one of y'all go missing, I'm interrogating the entire family.
Listen, just get them all lined up.
Full on torture.
Check out Espresso's little ass too.
Yeah.
What you do?
The dogs are shady as well.
She wouldn't give you a biscuit, and this is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
So the thing was, after the murder was carried out, questions were swarming around the whole situation because how is it that this beautiful woman, she was a woman of the community, people spoke highly of her. People still speak highly of her. Like when you look at certain things that come up on Facebook, this woman, she was just an amazing woman, and everybody's just shocked that her son did it to her. So after that was carried out, he was supposed to get paid $3,500 for this situation, and guess how much Kwame paid him?
Well, I can tell you that he really do sound like an ungrateful piece of shit, and if he ungrateful with his mama who do everything, who birthed him, who gave him money, who gave him a Mustang, I can tell you, old dude probably didn't even get half. Is my guess.
Oh, that's how much do you think he got?
He didn't even get half.
Of course he did.
How much?
I know how much he got.
Okay, so
was it 200?
No, baby.
He didn't even get 200.
No, baby.
$0.
He got $70.
$70.
He got $70. He literally paid this man $70.
Hey, yo, but that's what he get. Because you should have never agreed to it.
Wait a minute now.
So
First of all, he lucky his ass ain't. We ain't talking about him getting murdered. You gave me $70. You gave me $70. You raggedy bum.
yes, and then it comes in Loriana Johnson. She was like kind of like the girlfriend to Kwame and kind of like the getaway person. So she didn't directly. It was kind of like she was an accessory.
I'm so tired of you.
She was an accessory, but she served time and then she got out. I think she served like 7 to 10 years.
I think that should be a song. Maybe Kwame, while he, was in jail, should have made a song. I'm so tired of you raggedy hoes. Because
he's talking about himself.
I'm so tired of these women that are in these cases.
I am not ride or die. I got questions.
No, baby. Like, look.
Why we gotta die?
I'm just telling you. First of all, why are you aiding and abetting this ain't shit? If he'll do his mama like that, what the hell do you think he will do to you? That's his mother.
That part.
If he will message and build a whole freaking murder on his mama's phone, and he'll say, make sure that bitch is dead. What the fuck do you think he gonna do to you, little girl?
Give me kisses.
Yeah,
you think it's that good?
So when it was all said and done, of course because he was the sole beneficiary of her insurance policies, he was paid out for them. So he got money on top of money. He inherited everything this woman had. So it started getting weird and a little suspect is when people get on social media, they get on the internet, they start telling on themselves. A lot of things, like rappers today, they get on, they start making songs and they get to telling on themselves about crimes they committed. And now
check out some of these dudes that's been locked up with conspiracy.
Yes. And so, he's going to banks, he's withdrawing huge amounts of cash, like questionable amounts of cash.
Nearly $70,000.
Yes.
In a month. Now we ain't talking about over years.
No.
This was in the month after.
And right, like in months, like this was right after she had died.
So what
you got the $90,000 in savings.
You already had a flashing machine and watches.
And the comment was made, you just don't start splurging after your mother was murdered.
Because who operates like that?
And even if your mom wasn't murdered, even if she passed away, like you don't just get to do, it's no grieving process. Me, after my mom passed, I wasn't thinking about nothing. And this kid just went and it just showed his callous behavior. So this was like on an episode of Snap. It's also all of the YouTube videos because YouTube was like really popping when rappers was just throwing any and everything on social media. And like he just taking the cash from the ATM, just throwing it up in the sky and just letting people, reach for it, grab for it. Like the videos are sick. He got this shit smile. He got this shit smile on his face. And he's just like, I'm doing this for my fans. I'm doing this for my fans. And that's when I stumbled upon a comment that was like, yeah, that's blood money.
And first of all, were your fans even there before you were just giving them money to like you? Like, do I really want people to like me because I give them money?
He uploaded. He got like 108,000 YouTube subscribers for it.
This was getting mental illness. Yes,
it was like selfies. He was flying dogs and Jordan collections, and he was just flying every single thing. And he literally had everything, laid out for him. And maybe he probably thought like, oh, my mom would not agree to this lifestyle for me to frivolously spend money.
But you know what? He could have worked it. He could have earned it, his little lazy ass. And like, going back to my guy Cat, he said, I can't argue with you lazy bums. Like, he lazy. You don't even do the work to be a rapper, dude.
This goes back to when we were talking about in the last case, and we were talking about your upbringing. Here it is. He had a great upbringing.
Great.
Because everything can't
education.
Everything cannot be. So here's the part. There's some things where it's like, okay, parents, you should have paid a little bit more attention to your kid. Everything is not on the parent. And this is
why
just
I say some psychopaths are going to be psychopaths regardless of how good of a life they've had. And so with him, it's one of those things of there is nothing that his mom Yolanda could have done to prevent this from happening.
She did what she could do. She taught him what was right. She taught him right and wrong.
I'm saying
she catered to him. She did everything she could do as a parent.
But because of who he was, who he is,
and his choices he made,
that was on him.
There was nothing she could have done. There is no, oh well, she shouldn't have did this, or she could have did this, or she should have did that. No matter what she would have done, she could have gave him a shitty childhood, and he still
would have
turned out to be the exact same person that he is today.
Because he made choices. Mm-hmm. He took a choice down a path, and that was on him. And like, honestly, that does go to parents. Like, there are fine lines when analyzing these cases of, some of it is the responsibility of the parent, because you have to pay attention to your kids. But that isn't what was happening here. She was paying attention to her kid. She did everything she could do, and he had a choice to make, and he chose wrong. Mm-hmm. He chose real wrong.
And it's just sad because
now, did the boyfriend Curtis, did he make it? Did he live?
Yeah, he lived actually. And so, you know, he had to go in for questioning, mm-hmm. quite naturally, and he was saying he identified, you know, who the guy was when, you know, he was fighting him off.
Now, Eugene was the only one in the apartment doing the work.
Okay. Yes, because...
But he was on the phone.
But he was on the phone with Kamaine while he was with Loriana, and, you know, he was saying all of these things like, you know, yeah, make sure that bitch is dead, you know, text messages going back and forth. And that's where, when the whole investigation came out, they were looking at cell phone records because, you know, they pull up everything. So they're like, all right, you literally have 2 cell phones. One is not active, but there's a lot of activity on the phone Yolanda was using. But at the time of the night that she was murdered,
she was asleep.
When she was supposed to be asleep is when the times on the phone record show
the messages
versus the time of death.
So when it came to all of this, like, of course the cops have to investigate. So they come in and they see this brutal scene. Yolanda is in the room from being stabbed and shot. How did they become aware of this? Like, I know that Curtis was fighting Eugene. Did he run out of the apartment? Did he call 911 in the midst of the fight? Mm-hmm.
Like people heard like the ruckus, the commotion going on. So quite naturally, they like, what's going on? Somebody called the cops. He called the cops, and basically, since he was in the room, they questioned him as if
the other reason why they questioned him though is because he did a very odd thing. Mm-hmm. He cleaned up.
He cleaned the scene
before calling 911.
Mm-hmm. What was his reason behind cleaning up?
Honestly, I think it was like he was
trauma.
Like I think he was in shock. Mm-hmm.
And probably like looking around like, what the fuck, man?
But yeah, and you can't. But that's like common knowledge. You cannot tell
when you're in a moment like that.
Yeah,
he didn't know. His hubby killed, and then he's fighting for his life. He probably was just like,
let me just get the clean.
Oh my god, like it's a mess in here. It's a mess.
Me personally, I wouldn't have been in there. I would have just had to go out. I would have went to a neighbor. You know, like, hey.
I will say that some strange things happen when you are in shock.
Yeah,
I have been in my life a couple of times where I've been just completely flabbergasted from the things that have occurred, right? And like, I always used to say, if my dog passed away, like, I just wouldn't be able to function. And when it actually happened,
you slide down the wall.
Well, I'm sliding down the wall, but I couldn't stay at home. I couldn't stay in there. I couldn't do it. So I left and I went to work, and I'm at work like on autopilot, and I just literally freaking break down at work, like full on sobbing. Like, but I just I could not be in that house. I couldn't do it because everywhere I looked, I saw, and I just was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
And seeing like large pools of blood and just blood smeared and splattered everywhere, like that's a traumatic scene for anybody. Even if it's a regular person just walking and they like, oh shit, you know, that's your first immediate reaction is to what happened.
Right. And it don't even have to be something that you're involved in, like you're saying. It's just something you walked up on.
You just like, what
oh
the fuck is this? And so you're like, okay, let me.
So that does make sense. It was trauma and
so
it's odd. It is odd.
And rightfully so. The cops, why did you clean this up? You know, but. You know, cops can be kind of callous too, because they like. So what made you do it? You know.
Well, because you know what? Honestly, you have to think about the fact they get sold lines of bullshit every fucking day of the week. So I think that
you try to sell that motherfuckers a dream,
right? And then want to tell them shit or shinola, right? And
it was just like with the cell phone records and the timeline of events, everything. You know, they had that explicit.
What other thing? When they came in the apartment, was Eugene still in the apartment or he fled?
He fled.
Okay.
Because it was on the camera. Like I said, I can share the link. I was watching the camera. He walks in. He had the laundry detergent. He had a hood up. And then as he was leaving out on camera, it was a guy that left out before him, but that wasn't coming. The guy held the door open for him to come out.
Probably a regular neighbor who ain't thinking about nothing.
But get this. So he walked in on the phone and he had headphones in his ear. Due to all of the commotion and everything happening in that bedroom, as they were fighting, his cord broke. His headphone cord broke.
And so that was left in
That was the evidence that was left in the apartment.
Good, you dumbass.
And it was just like, fucking A. Like,
this man was listening to Eye of the Tiger as he was committing murder.
And so,
oh my God, you know what?
They start.
Don't even. That's a Midwest thing. Just to start. Let's not even bring that into it. So you know that I forget what band made the song "Eye of the Tiger." Someone in our episode will know. But one of the guitarists has a guitar store in Griffith.
Nope, did not know that.
Yeah,
wow.
Fun fact. Midwest awesome.
So with the evidence and the cell phone records, of course, the boyfriend Curtis Wyatt, he had to go identify him is the gunman. They were putting all of this stuff together because they could not wrap their mind around like how, when, where,
and who would do that? Because that's heinous.
Records, yes. So Curtis. Eugene, he got to just sing him like a canary.
Of course, he didn't get paid.
He didn't get paid.
First of all, you paid this man $70. Like we're talking about. This is what year this happened? It was updated last year.
2012.
Yes,
2012. You did this. So we're talking. What could $70 get you?
Yes.
I don't even care if we had agreed to $70. Then fine. But you're not gonna offer me $3,500, give me $70, and think I ain't finna snitch.
And then the thing is these investigations happen, it's just like he was like in shock, like I couldn't believe, this happened to my mom. She was a woman of the community. She was this, she was that, she was great. But the whole time, everybody got their eye on him because of the way he was acting, the way he was moving. Yeah. And so it's just kind of like people like, wait,
one cotton pick a minute.
Wait a minute, he drained her bank account a week after her passing.
Who does that?
Drained it all, took it all. And so,
well, you guys, he had things to do.
Like throw money
for his fans.
He was balling with that blood money.
So, with them, they had, his court date was set after he, was arrested, and they interviewed him and got the statements from both him and Eugene about the night of the murder and the records, the phone records. Pretty much what really gave him away was just the phone records alone, as well as the text messages,
and then Eugene's testimony,
and as well as the testimony.
And then he ended up confessing.
And then it was just like...
And what was his stanky, funky excuse? Because I really am interested to know.
It was just pretty much he wanted to get his whole rap career started. He wanted access to her money. And like I said before, he already had access to that money. And then when he went to court, he was actually sentenced to 99 years in prison without.
Good job,
possibility of
Chicago.
parole. And honestly, I just feel personally, my personal take on it is that's still not enough.
No,
That's not enough.
But
How was he when he went in?
If he was born in
Well, he was born in
89, so
89.
he has to be 34 now.
at this time he would have been 23.
Good. So he will
Yeah.
die in prison. Good for him. Hope he
And-
enjoys butt rape.
If he had 99 years at the age of 23, and most black men not living past like 75, unfortunately.
But also, I felt like with the
I hope he
boyfriend-
enjoys toilet wine. I really hope he enjoys it. I hope it comes to the good side of E. coli. I hope that he enjoys the butt rape that he probably gets frequently because he does look kind of pretty. I hope that
It was some videos that surfaced about fights that broke out in jail, and he was actually on video speaking about it, and it's available too.
He was out here coming for my life.
Yeah, he was like, this fight
Aw.
broke out here, here, here. But like when
so sad.
but
No
he
one
does
cares.
he does not look the same. Like, I don't know if it's like he feel like
Is that him?
I'm in jail. Yes, that's him. But on a video of how this fight, when he was explaining a fight that broke out, he looks like it's kind of like melancholic. He kind of like
Oh, so sad. No
I don't
wonder.
know if he like found God or
You know what? Ooh,
but
ooh.
I don't know. Like, he was like meek about it. He was like, well,
I don't
what's happening
care.
over there. Like, he was soft spoken. Like,
Because he's a soft dude. Like, at the end of the day, here you are. Like, there are plenty of rappers out there that wanted money, whatever, for this, whatever.
And they hustle
And
hard.
they went out there and hustle hard. They might have did some stuff that wasn't completely legal or whatever. But you soft because what you did was you went on and said, I'm going to take this person who's already given me everything that I could want.
And I'm gonna take more.
kill them. Like your own mother. Like you was like that ain't no he just all of a sudden became a meek person, soft person, whatever in prison. That's who he's being. Because
Look
then
at
you
him and
didn't
his mama.
they were twins.
because then you didn't even do the work yourself. You offered to pay somebody else to do the work and then didn't even give them what you said you was gonna give them. So it's like that, like he's getting what's supposed to come to him.
But what's even crazier is, because it's Eugene, he ended up getting 100 years in prison.
He committed it.
Like, he committed it, but I'm like, damn, Cobain fucking
He committed it.
conspired it.
But
Like,
And it was only 1 year more.
But my thing is, he didn't have to do it.
He sure didn't.
So
He sure did not.
I don't feel no way.
I don't feel no way either. And I hope that he also enjoys
Kamala
toilet
Chloe
wine.
agree.
I hope that he enjoys toilet wine, butt rape, and all the other things that come to him. And I hope that they are relentless with it.
And he basically said it was supposed to be a robbery. It
Robbery
wasn't supposed
my
to get this
ass.
far.
Robbery
It got
my
A
ass.
robbery.
Because
he
if-
got
if-
what he wanted.
If it was robbery that you were looking for, you would have stole it yourself. You knew what the hours were your mother kept. You knew where she kept her shit. You would have just took it yourself if you were so concerned. And then you were just acting like you didn't know what the fuck happened. You sent that boy in there for what you sent him in there for, what you text and you told him to do. That's what you sent him for.
So hear this. Listen to this. He said when a judge, basically asks you, do you have anything to say to yourself, for yourself? He said, I just want to say, nobody loved my mother more than me.
Use a lie.
She was all I had. That's it.
Use a lie. The postman loved your mama more than you did. How about the person that came in to get their hair done loved their mama more than you did? I can tell you, everybody in this story that you talk about the community loved your mama more than you did.
And it was also something that I read that Cobain's, I guess, father was also in prison too. So
For what?
Yeah.
murder. It was murder. It was kind of like a like father like son almost type thing. But damn, in this degree is insane. But yeah, his father was what I read. He was in prison too.
It's our business love appreciation segment.
Yes, segment. And so today we are going to shout out one of the places that I love to go, which is Vibrations in Miller, which is Gary, Indiana. They are located on Lake Street. If you go downtown Miller, you'll see them.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful place. They have, they'll feed you while you're there. You're going to get a good vibe of music. Also, they have herbs and teas and things that can help you with
tea.
every aspect of your life. It's wonderful, literally, and they can help you with your ailments, give you wisdom on the things to put in our body, because what we put in our body fuels our body, heals our body, all those things. And the owner she is fabulous. She has just her whole vibe is a vibration. Like, it just gets you right. You get in there and you feel good.
Walking in and start floating.
Yes, floating. Your third eye open. It'd be great. But yeah, shout outs to Vibrations. Thank you guys for doing what you do and being a positive light in the community.
Thank you. Breakdown of Kwame sentence was 45 years for the murder, in which I feel like that's not enough. 25 years for attempted murder of the boyfriend, and 24 years for home invasion with
Armed.
Home invasion armed with a firearm.
Okay. So like an armed robbery attempt.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically that's what it looked like, but then all of a sudden the friend just ultimately snapped and killed your mama, but you were the one who said, hey, make sure that bitch is dead. Yeah. I can't wrap my mind around that.
I don't get how he trying to sell that it was just supposed to be a robbery when he said make sure that bitch is dead. Yeah, he's probably spent all his money on these damn tattoos and all this bullshit. He gets on my nerves. He's sick. He stinks. He makes this whole episode stink. So that is a wrap on our episode of Kwame Wilson and the lovely Miss Yolanda Wilson, who lost her life way too early. If you want to discuss or have thoughts on the episodes, please follow us, join, subscribe to our Facebook, Mert in the Midwest. Instagram, Mert in the Midwest. TikTok,
Twitter,
all the things.
Find us on all listening.
You can email us at mertinthemidwest@gmail.com.
And if you can also comment below if you have questions, anything that you want to add to the case. Since at the beginning of all of our videos, we do a recap of the previous one. So if there's any information you want to give and we can add it to the next one, we love it. If you have feedback, concerns,
we love
a case that you would love for us to do, or to cover a case that you feel like didn't get enough attention, please reach out. And if you are listening to us, just please make sure you share the link and tell someone about it.
Like and subscribe.
Tell a friend below.
Yep, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. That helps us.
Bye.
Bye.